Okay, are we on? Hello, you all. Welcome back to my channel. This is Gabby. If you are new here, filming this video was a little bit of a challenge because when you make videos, you kind of get in this groove and you have a certain setup that you follow, but I haven't made videos in a while, so I kind of forgot what that process is that I had created for myself. But anyway, I am here making a video. It's been several months at this point. I wanted to come through and just say hello and make sure you can hear from me, catch up, and I can share what's been going through my mind lately, what I've been into, what I've been up to. And like I said, just say hello. So this is kind of a late summer greeting to you guys out there who care. You all may realize that I am in a completely new environment, right? So several months ago, I made a video talking about how one of my dreams was to own a home and to start that process, start that next step. That was a part of my financial goals and just my personal goals. So my husband and I did purchase a home almost a year ago at this point. So it's been a while, but I just wanted to kind of catch folks up who maybe didn't see my most recent videos and have just been wondering, where the heck is she? So that's what that is. I am in our first home together. That's one update. In another update, I did kind of take a few notes because like I said, I haven't made videos in a while, so I feel super rusty. But one reason I haven't been making videos is because I've just been feeling really burnt out. I haven't been as engaged in my hobbies as I used to be. And I did make a video a few months ago where I talked about how you can find your passion and some things I was doing to work on feeling passion and purpose again in my life. So that is a never-ending journey for me. Probably not just for me, but that's always just a continuous journey I am on and trying to develop for myself, trying to develop that purpose. And as we change and grow, we have to rediscover what makes us happy and what our purpose is and what can make us fulfilled. So I have been on that continuous journey, just trying to determine what's next for me. I've had a pretty interesting life up until this point. I've done a lot of cool things when I was younger. Some of you all may have started following my videos when I first was living in South Korea, and I updated you all on that 2-year journey of me living in a foreign country, a country that was completely different than where I'm originally from. That was one of the most exciting times of my life. It helped me to really grow and shaped who I am today. And then I lived in Chicago, which was really big for me because when I was younger, I didn't really get to travel much. To me, moving to Chicago, which is this huge international city with millions of people, that was a really big thing for me. It was a very exciting time. And some of you may have found my YouTube channel through that time in my life because I made videos about what that was like, living in an area close to downtown and just hearing all the different languages around me. That was very exciting. So I did bring a lot of you along that journey. I also took you all on the journey of me getting through grad school, starting my career in social work, which I was very, new in my career, and it was still very interesting, exciting, and every day I was learning something new. So I took you all on my career journey. But now I'm in this process where I'm in my 30s. I'm in my early 30s now. So I'm becoming more settled in my life. I'm not starting new exciting chapters every other year like I was when I was young. That's something I've been kind of struggling with, in my early 30s. And I think a lot of folks in my age group can probably relate. What if I already reached my peak? So one of my fears that I've been kind of toying with is, what does the future look like for me? And it's exciting because I do get to create that future, but it's also a bit daunting because I'm wondering if I've already done the most exciting thing I'll ever do, or if I've already seen the most interesting thing I've ever seen, right? And now it's like, because I am at this age and I've seen so much, the things that I'm experiencing now, it's kind of like, oh, I've already seen it, I've been there, I've done that. So I think this is a challenge for people who are a bit older, something that I have to overcome. And I also have to learn how to see things with a fresh perspective. I'm sorry, the lighting just changed. I am using natural light. So anyway, I think this is something maybe everyone has to go through as they're going from their young years to their midlife years, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if these days 33 would be considered midlife, but I'm kind of going into that chapter. So anyway, I am always trying to figure out how I can continue to grow, expand, experience new things in this new chapter of life that I am in. I've been feeling a bit disconnected from some hobbies and a little bit burnt out. That's a long way to kind of answer where I've been and why I haven't been as passionate about making YouTube videos lately. Still really love YouTube, but my recent niche on YouTube has been making videos about social work and career development and that kind of thing. But unfortunately, I do feel like that topic is not as interesting for me anymore, because when I first started making those kind of videos, I was new and fresh in my career, and I was learning something new every day, and I wanted to share that with a larger audience. But now that I've been in my career for several years, I'm just not as excited by the things that I once was excited about, because it's kind of just business as usual. Every now and then there will be a new topic or a new thought or insight about social work or about career development that I do want to share, and I will share that at that time, but I probably won't be just making videos about social work anymore. So like I said, I'm just trying to figure out what this new chapter of entering my middle life or my midlife is going to look like for me. And one part of entering this new chapter has included or involved me trying to figure out what my hobbies are and rediscovering old hobbies, finding new hobbies. So that's been a pretty fun experience. I have recently gotten into formal running. I've always ran off and on, but I never tracked my distance or my speed. I just kind of did it just to break a sweat every now and then, but I've gotten into doing 5Ks lately. I'm not quite at the 10K stage or, thinking about doing a half marathon or anything like that. I want to make it a goal to do maybe 4 runs a year. Do a run where I know I'm going to pay the due to run, and that due is going to go toward a good cause. In October, I'm going to be doing a run. I'll be running and supporting the American Cancer Society. My stepdad actually passed away a few years ago from cancer, so it really means a lot to me to be able to donate money toward that cause. And at the same time, it helps me to stay active and it gives me something positive to work towards. Another hobby that I have been engaged in is plant care. So taking care of plants. If anyone's been watching my videos for any period of time, you probably always see a plant in the background. So I'm getting even more into that. I've just grown my plant collection, which now includes not just indoor plants, but outdoor plants also. Something fun I'm gonna do at the end of this video is do a little tour of my plants. So I'm gonna do a plant tour, and that will also give you like a little glimpse into the house as well. And I have also been getting back into guitar. I started playing guitar when I lived in Chicago back in 2012. I actually got back into it recently, and it's been great. And I've been learning new songs, learning new techniques. So I've been really happy with that, and it's been bringing me a lot of joy. And I'm also on the hunt for some new ways to volunteer and be engaged in my community. So I do have some ideas on hand. And once I figure that out, maybe I'll make a video sharing that with you all. So those are a few hobbies that I've been getting into lately on this quest to figure out what this next stage of my life is going to involve and what it's going to look like. Also, this isn't a hobby, but something I've been getting into or getting back into is therapy. So I've recently started going to therapy again. I am in a new chapter of life, and that's a little bit of a struggle to navigate. So I've been finding that therapy is a good way to do that. Okay, so career update. I am still doing corporate philanthropy work, and my career is good. I do feel like I'm experiencing some stagnation, feeling like I would like to learn something new, something different. It's just not as exciting as it used to be. And once again, I think maybe this is a natural part of just going from early career to mid-career. Starting my career was a new adventure, but now it just feels like, it's a bit mundane and not anything to write home about. So yeah, but overall I can say that my career is going well. I have been doing some exciting projects that involve bringing people together to support youth. So for example, I recently took the lead on a project where I created a forum where local high schoolers got to come to our corporate offices and get exposure from professionals in different departments at the company where I work, and the steps that they can take to help them create a fulfilling and successful professional life. So that was super cool, just creating that platform for students to get that exposure. So I think I talked long enough and you all have a good idea of how I'm doing and things like that. Let's get ready to do this plant tour. And if you have any of these plants that I'm going to show you, feel free to comment in the comment section any tips about how to care for these plants, or anything you'd like to share. I'm always open to hearing new tips about how to take care of them, because I'm pretty low maintenance. I'm not one of those plant moms who put a lot of time and change out the dirt every few months. I don't really do anything like that. I'm very low maintenance. So the plants that you see are the ones that survived. So you all could maybe go out and get these plants because they're all pretty sturdy. In order to survive in this house, they have to be sturdy and low maintenance. And we can actually get started with the plants in the living room where I am right now. I feel like in order for you to see the full depth of how big this thing is, I have to stand by it. So this is the Mama Money Tree plant that is just grown out of control. You can look back at old videos and see that it was like 10 times smaller than this when I got it. I've had it for, I would say, 3 years now. It really loves this environment. This is kind of the outcome of that. It's huge and it's super happy. And then here's Sterling right here. Right over here, we have a pothos plant. And right now you can see it's high up, and that is because pothos plants are not safe for pets. If they chew on these, they can get really sick. This is actually my husband's plant, and he received like one little leaf, and he propagated that one leaf several years ago, and this is now what it looks like. All right, so this right here is the bamboo plant that we keep in the living room. It does have some bite marks on it from Sterling, our cat. This plant is cat safe, which is one reason we have it. It is pet safe. Definitely do your research if you get a bamboo plant to make sure that your specific one is pet safe, because there are a few variations of bamboo plants, but this one is pet safe. And I got this from an Asian market that is not too far from my house. And then right here in the foyer, we have 2 more bamboo plants. And I've had these for several years at this point. And I actually got these from IKEA. This is a new baby that I recently got just a few weeks ago, a Monstera plant. You guys, I have been obsessed with Monstera plants for a very long time. I finally took the plunge and got it. One reason I didn't get it was because I knew it wasn't the safest plant for pets, but after doing a lot of research, I learned that unlike the pothos plant, this won't like kill your pet or send them in the hospital. It will just make them have a stomach ache, and then usually after that experience, they will leave it alone. But Sterling has not been interested in this, thankfully, so I haven't really had any problems. Over here in the corner are some other plants that we keep in the dining area. This right here is a cactus plant, and when we first got it, it was not this robust. You can see it's like super, super tall. And I am wearing my green nail polish for this video, keeping it green here. So yeah, that's the cactus plant back there. It's getting really tall. I'm not sure when it's gonna stop growing up, but I really like it. I think it's cool. And then right here, this is another money plant, or a money tree right here. This is the smaller version of it. I have 2 different money trees, and this is the smaller one. And this is another new plant that I recently got that I'm like really obsessed with. This is a pepperoni plant. I'll put the official name on the screen because I can't pronounce it, but it's beautiful. The leaves literally look like little pepperonis. And it's easy to propagate too, so I do want to take one of the leaves and make another plant soon. And this right here is a coffee plant. I'll put the name of all these plants on the screen because I kind of know the nicknames, but I don't know the official long name. Yeah, so those are the plants that are in the dining area. All right, so we are in my office space here, and this one right here is a rubber plant. And this one I got a few years ago. I always think it's gonna die, but it bounces back every time. I moved it closer to the sun, so I think that's helping it out more. It has some new leaves coming in, so I guess it's pretty happy. And I just got this literally a few days ago. This is my second Monstera plant. It's pretty small. I'm hoping that the leaves will start to split because that's when it looks the best. That classic Monstera leaf with these splits, you know, that's always the desired look that folks with these plants want. So I'm hoping that I get that splitting effect soon. I heard that sometimes if you don't have the splitting effect, more sun will help it. But I am pretty new to Monstera plants, so if anyone in the comment section has any advice about how I can create more splits, please let me know. This right here is a baby palm plant. Honestly, it's not looking super happy. It's browning a bit at the tips. And this plant has never really given me issues like that, so I'm gonna have to do some investigation and figure out what's going on with this browning. Possibly I need to move it closer to the window because it is a bit far from the window. I recently swapped spaces between that plant and this one. One thing that I'm learning with plants when you do have limited window space is that you may have to consistently swap out the locations and what plant is closest to the window just to make sure that they're all happy. Okay, so these are the plants that are in my side yard and they're really beautiful. This one right here is a marigold plant. These are all annuals, so they will die at the end of the season, but they have lasted the whole summer, which I'm really happy about. So this marigold plant right here, it wasn't really happy when I first got it, but it's thriving now. It's used to the environment here, so it's super happy. And then I experimented with vinca plants as well. So I have a light pink one, blush pink one, and a white vinca plant. Here's another marigold. As you can see, it's not the happiest. But these things, you think they're dead and they won't come back, but they surprise you when they come back. So, and these right here are petunias, these white ones here, and they're so beautiful. They have grown out so wide. I'm super excited to get more of these next summer because these really have taken and they've surprised me with how lush they have become. And this right here is another vinca plant, just a different color variation. So we have the hot pink version here. So yeah, this just gives the side porch, you know, a nice dimension and something interesting to look at. So now I'm going to take you to the backyard so we can see what that area looks like. I really got excited with this little garden area here. I got a nice pretty bench, which is really lovely to sit at. All right, so here we have some hostas. We actually have several hostas back here. We have that one. We have these two hostas in the back. And then we have a big old hosta plant here. And these are the herbs actually that I tried out this year. So this right here is the herb garden that I've started, and I'm super proud of this because I've never really explored herbs or experimented with herbs before. They've been taking pretty well. So here in the front we have lavender and it smells so good, you guys. I haven't really learned how to work with lavender yet. I know you can use it for different soaps and candles and things like that. Haven't gotten into it yet, but it's been great having it in the yard as a bug repellent for the other plants. And then this right here is basil, but it is the end of the season, so it's not looking as lush as it used to. But there's been several times this summer where we just came in the backyard, pulled some basil and put it on top of our spaghetti and different Italian dishes. So it's been really nice to have. Here we have some cilantro, which is really great with Mexican food and other foods as well. And then catnip. As you know, I have a cat, so it's been great to let him have some fresh catnip. And the catnip plant, as well as this mint plant that I'm going to show you, they are weeds and they can really take over your space. So that's one reason I have them in these raised pots. This right here is mint, and we've been loving this. We've been making mint iced tea and putting it in water to make mint water. So that's been a nice plant to have, and it also smells really good, and it's a deterrent from bugs and rodents. So, but yeah, so this is a little herb garden. We got some lavender, basil, cilantro, mint, and then our catnip for sterling. So this is what it looks like. This is what we are working with for summer of 2023. Before fall comes, I do want to take all of these herbs and dry them so that we can use it during fall and winter. All right, you guys, so I just wanted to make a quick catch-up video with you all and show you a little bit of what I've been up to lately. As I said, one of my hobbies has really been gardening and plant care. So hopefully this kind of gives you a little interesting view of what I've been up to. I hope you all are doing well. I wish you all a fantastic fall season. I do want to start making some more videos and just get back into my hobby of doing YouTube videos. And I want to make sure I have a different perspective when I'm making these videos. You know, it's not about the algorithm, it's not about growing my YouTube channel. First and foremost, I want it to just be a creative outlet for myself. So I definitely want to stay true to that in this chapter of my life. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time to check in on me today, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.